Hello and welcome to Ain Diab in Morocco for round 8 of the 2014 UF1R World Championship. This is a dangerous track where you can either gain a lot of points or lose them. Going in here, Edster has a 7-point lead over Sammy. Roy though, really struggling, he's 14 points behind the leader. But with Sammy winning the previous round at zeros narrowly from Edster, this race represents a perfect chance for him to seize the lead once again. Up front, no need to worry about that as Marussia, his team, lead by miles. The most interesting battle is the three-way one between Force India, Ferrari and Caterham. Unfortunately, qualifying could not take place, and the race had to be delayed a week due to protesters in Morocco. Apparently they want the circuit to be turned into a park or something. However, money changed hands, officials were bribed, and the race will now go ahead with a reverse grid in terms of speed. So Doof and Cyrus at the front, followed by Diablo, Cast, Grant, Stephen, Skoda, Roy, Ed and Sammy. Well, the light's about to go out. We've had to wait for it, but we're going to have a very unusual race ahead of us. Looks like everyone makes a pretty solid start. Grant and Diablo challenging from the second couple of rows. Doofy leads through the first corner, but Diablo takes him. Oh, and that's a bad hit for Cyrus and one of the Ferraris. It must be Stephen because Diablo is in the lead. Roy close behind and challenging him for the lead of the race. He's got a better run on the back straight and he's going to take it. So Roy in first place now. Edster in third, Grant in fourth, Sammy fifth. And then the rest of the chasing pack. And Diablo now already allowed to lose another place to Edster. So things are still yet to settle down. Grant takes Diablo into fourth, but Sammy goes around both of them. Oh, now Edster challenging Roy for the lead and goes through. Wow. Brave move at the first corner there. But I suspect Roy will not be impressed with that at all and trying to make a move counter-attacking him. And now the McLaren and the Williams duking it out for the lead on the back straight. Edster marginally just able to maintain position. What's going to happen here in the back corner? Roy challenging, but Ed gets the undercut. Lower down, Diablo has dropped to 7th in his under attack from Cast. Back to the leaders, and oh, I think Ed hit the last corner, and Sammy passes both of them. And Cast challenging, but not quite able to get through. That last corner is notorious. It's going to see a lot of victims as Ed passes Roy now. Roy must have hit the first corner. So it's close to the top, and then it's Grant, Skoda. Oh, Diablo going wide. Is Cast going to pass him? Yes, he is. We are looking at the back of Sammy's car. Oh, a bit of a curb bug there. So is Ed going to capitalise on that? Well, you may notice the lovely Alfa Romeo in the background. Oh, Ed's very close now. Can he pull it off in the braking zone? Oh, going a little wide there. Sammy keeps the place. Oh, now he's under attack from Roy, actually. Roy is through. Not sure what happened there. Oh, but Roy makes that mistake at the first corner. It was running too wide, and Edster gets back into second place. Oh, and Cast hits the tight first corner. It's going to lose him 2 places as it's dead stop. Now on board with Skoda as he's trying to get past Grant for 4th place. He does it because Grant hits the last corner. And now the 2 Ferrari teammates starting to drop Cast. Oh, and Stephen gets a run on Diablo and he's through. Oh, Stephen running very wide there. Diablo's going to take the place back. Back to the battle for the lead, starting to look interesting. Oh, Sammy a bit too wide at the first corner. Hits it just like Roy did, trying to get a little bit too much speed there. But he's fighting through, and the S is on the very following lap. And trying to dive through ahead of the back straight. Both these guys fighting it out for the championship lead. And really showing their classes. They're really starting to drop Roy, in fact. And they're right together going into the back corner. Look at all the brake dust that got kicked up there. Edster's car looks a little bit unstable here, but he's going to try and make a move at the last corner. Oh, it works out. And Sammy is keeping chase like a dog without a bone. And this fight is far from over as he trails Ed's to every move. He's got himself tucked up nicely behind that gearbox, and now he's going through the S's. And it looks like he's just nipped ahead, or has he? Because Ed's right with him. He's going to try and make a move going back into the final corner. Oh, yes, he is. It's a very good drive through that final corner he seems to keep getting. Here's Stephen, Diablo running wide, and Stephen finally getting into 7th place. Here's Ed in the lead, trying to get through traffic. Oh, a curb back at that last corner. See, that's why it's so lethal, and I think that's going to lose him the lead. Yeah, Sammy going through. So 20 minutes into the race, and it's pit stop time. Sammy, Doof and Cast going in, but Edster staying out an extra lap. So these guys playing it safe maybe, because a lap here takes about 33 seconds or so. Sammy going into pit bay 1 there. Grant goes to pit bay 2 along with Doof Doof. Sammy exiting now just as Stephen's coming in. But we think most people are going to try and do a 1-2 strategy here, but a 1-1 might be marginal, and Edster staying out that extra lap might enable him to do that, so that could keep the battle for the lead interesting. Diablo coming in now, he's also going for pit bay 1, Skoda going for 2 though, and Cyrus coming in, he's going for 2 as well. I missed out Cast there, he went in with Sammy, he's going for 1, and now Roy going there as well, so it looks like he's stayed out. Must have been even more marginal than Edster. Speaking of which, is he going to jump Sammy for the lead? Oh, not quite. The Belgian had enough in hand there. And oh, that looks like a big accident for Skoda. Very violent impact. He's been thrown out the circuit there, trying to get back in now, but oh, upside down. I think that's game over for the BTS driver. Oh, and Grant runs straight into the last corner, like that Stephen through. Oh, and Roy doing exactly the same thing. So the Aussies starting to struggle a bit in this phase of the race. Although saying that, Grant is now making a move on Stephen, retaking the 4th place. A place that they've inherited from Skoda, but Stephen retaking the move at the last corner now, just a bit braver through there. You see the G-force that's put through his neck there. And oh, looks like Grant's having another go, and he's through, back into 4th place. Oh, mistake from Stephen. Oh, and Ed's having another turbo through that last corner. He's really pushing to try and keep up with Sammy, and he's making mistakes. That's not good at all. It's time for the second pit stops now. Nobody went for pit bay 3, so a 1 stop looks very unlikely here. Cast this time is opting for pit bay 2. Whoa, Sammy having a big moment there. He could have easily gotten thrown out of the circuit if he wasn't careful. But fortunately for him, he has survived, and now he's making his stop. Pit bay 2, just as I thought. Edster should be coming around now. Is he going to pit? No, doesn't look like it. He's going to stay out and try and make that strategy work, but does he have enough fuel to do it? I don't know, without those mistakes he would have been comfortable, but it's going to be nip and tuck. Both Ferraris going into pit bay 2. Oh, and Roy just sliding it in there. Having to slow it down massively there. He's going for 2 as well, so he couldn't do it. Can Edster do it? Should be approaching the end of the lap now. Fighting with Grant, and oh, he hits the last corner. He's run out. This is disastrous for Edster, the championship leader. Although not for much longer, I fear. It's been far too risky trying to keep up with Sammy, and it's cost him. Oh, he's so close to the pits. Could he blind drive back in? Oh, he's gone out the track, and now I don't think that's going to help. Looks like it's game over. Sammy stopping, interestingly. So there's a big gap over Roy. I think he's just talking over the radio to Edster to tell him where he is, because of course he can't see anything. I think it's too late to help. But still a very kind gesture from Sammy, very noble. But I think Edster's about to retire here. There's no way he's going to get back in. Sammy's going to be really annoyed though if he loses the race because of that, but he's got such a big lead there. Edster gone now. So that actually puts Grant up to 3rd now, I think. As you see Doof Doof pit. Oh, and there's Grant himself. Taking his last stop, because remember these two went longer at the first stop. And Grant is going to come out ahead of Stephen by a long way actually. So the Mercedes driver has a great chance to take his first podium. There's Stephen just coming in the background. Alex in the Caterham just coming into the pits to take his final stop as well. So we're going into the closing stages. Whoa, huge accident. Who's that? That's Roy. Can he keep the car the right way up? No, he can't. Roy's out from 2nd place. Oh, and Doof Doof crashes as well. So that's real drama. They're dropping like flies at the moment. 4 cars have come to grief at the last corner now. And it looks like Stephen has finally closed up on Grant. Oh, a little bit of a mistake from Grant.
Made a mistake. Stephen's got the whole shot. Job done.
Wait, could you stop
so that's very good
there?
news for the Ferrari boys.
Come on, Aussie. Don't give up.
Oh,
He's gone.
Shit.
disconnected.
Oh, yeah.
So Sammy's is going to cross the line and win the Moroccan Grand Prix. Stephen will be 2 minutes behind him. And Cyrus, low on fuel, he's going to need to make an extra stop. Now Diablo is going to come through to quite fortuitously take big points for Ferrari in his first podium. And look, he knows it. In fact, he's so confident that he's just going to rub it in by doing loads of donuts. Yeah, he's going to cross it now. Very cheeky. We'll have to fine him a few euros for that one. Cast also needing an emergency stop, but still going to take 4th place quite easily. Here we go. Again, taunting us by driving backwards over the line. And then 5th and last on the road, it's going to be Cyrus, who's deliberately going to stretch this race out by driving backwards across the line. Come on, just cross the line. Thank you. So, Sammy in the end winning quite comfortably from Stephen. There was a strong challenge from Ed early on, but too risky with the fuel, took himself out basically. Which was a shame because if he'd made a few less mistakes, who knows what could have happened. Looks like all the non-finishers had such bad luck here. You have to feel especially for Grant, who was up for his first ever podium. But it just wasn't to be. The final spot there going instead to Diablo, and Ferrari bagging an easy 56 points from this round, which is going to really hurt Force India. But Cast at least brought home the points on this extremely dangerous track, and then of course Cyrus keeping Caterham in the window. But I think it's fair to say that last chicane is probably one of the most hated on the calendar, right up there with Aintree's fast left-hander section towards the end of the lap. Anyway, Drivers' Championship, new leader Sammy, 236 points, gaining pretty much a whole race win over Edster. And Ed is still about 14 points ahead of Roy. Then it's Mogius on 104. Stephen has moved up, he's just 4 behind Mogius. Then it's Justin on 91, Skoda on 76, Iron on 75, Diablo up 74 points, Cast up to 56, Cyrus up to 54. Then it's Watman on 51, Grant on 49, Nitrous on 45, Lorino on 39, Doof on 36. Then it's 622, Tom and Jake, Demish, Exam, all as they were before, pretty much. Moving briefly onto the Constructors' Championship now. No real changes here. It's still Marussia out front with an even more increased lead now. They're on 272 points. McLaren are on 209. Williams close behind on 201 though. Ferrari caught up massively in that round. So they're just 35 points behind Williams now. They're about 30 clear of Force India, who they were almost level with going in. And then 10 behind Force India, it's Caterham on 133 points. Mercedes looked like they were going to break into 100 points this race, but after Grant's retirement it wasn't to be, and Lotus, neither driver able to make this round sadly. So that's everything from this round. The next round I've got to report on was Anderstorp, which happened on the 2nd of March. The next one is Shanghai on the 16th of March. It's going to be the same date as the real-life Australian Grand Prix, which we'll also be watching. Hope to catch you around soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye guys.